I must set the tone of this video before I start. I don't mean to offend anybody. However, I know people will be offended because they'll just hear what they want to hear and not hear the whole message in its totality. What I don't understand is how a race of people embrace an insult, rename it, sort of, take off 2 letters off the back, and you add an A to the back of it, and you say you're empowering yourself because you take the sting out of the word. Yet, anyone who's outside a group use that same name that you say you empowered yourself with, you're offended. You're ready to fight. You're ready to raise all hell. Yet, you use the word. They say nobody. You say nobody else could use that word, but those in the group. Okay. Let's say, for instance, and please bear with me. I'm just trying to draw a point or make a point. Let's say some immigrants, at one point in America was described as wetbacks. Let's say they renamed themselves, put an O to the end of the K, call themselves wetbacko. Hey, what's up, my wetbacko? How you doing, my wetbacko? What's up, my wetback? Oh. Can you see how that could be a bit concerning for other people in that same group? Thinking, well, why are you calling yourself that? No, we took this thing out the word. We actually embrace the word now. We control it. We own it. It doesn't have the kind of power it does anymore. Yet, if somebody comes outside the group and calls them that, oh, they're being racist. Oh, they're offending us. You see the kind of double-mindedness, kind of like mental illness. Now, let's say the people over there, the Jays over there in Israel, how did they get so powerful? Well, they did many things. But you see, they hold themselves up to a higher esteem level. They don't allow anybody to say anything they don't like about them. Even if it's true, they don't allow it. I'm old enough to remember when Michael Jackson had a song. I don't remember the name of the song, but he had one verse and it said, "Jew me." All I want to say is they don't really care about us. That song, I don't know what the name of that song is, but that song, he was made to apologize. He was made to re-record the song, take those lyrics out the song. Oh yeah, it was just, that's all he had is "Jew me." That's all he had in the song. That was it. But you see, when you have that kind of power, and here's the funny part, they're not even 5% of the world population. But you see, they command that type of respect. Whereas, just by me saying what I'm saying now, some people might call me all kind of names, especially this new name that came about. Well, it's not really new. Came about in the last, 10 years maybe? Coon. That one blew my mind. I'm like, wow. And I've heard people who let me not say all, some of them I've never heard say it, but you know the ones who say it all the time. This one is coon and this one is a coon. That's a coon. You know it is. The museum guy, he used it. The school guy, he used it. In fact, when he was in a Roland Martin show, Roland Martin said, "No, don't use that." Which is, Roland Martin was right. Someone used it, that's the only time no, you don't use that, period. There's no justification in that. Let me read you something off of what I found in the website. I'm going to link it in the description box about the coon. The coon caricature is one of the most insulting of all anti-black caricatures. The name itself is an abbreviation of a raccoon. It's dehumanizing. As with the Sambo, the coon was portrayed as lazy, easily frightened, chronically idle, inarticulate, a buffoon. The coon differed from the Sambo in subtle but important ways. Sambo was depicted as a perpetual child, not capable of living as an independent adult. The coon acted childish, but he was an adult. Albeit a good for little adult, Sambo was portrayed as a loyal and contented servant. Indeed, Sambo was offered as a defense for slavery and segregation. How bad could these institutions have been, asks a racist, if blacks were contented, even happy, being servants? The coon, although he often worked as a servant, was not happy with his status. He was simply too lazy or too cynical to attempt to change his lowly position. That's interesting, isn't it? Also, by the 1900s, Samba was identified with older, docile blacks who accepted Jim Crow laws, whereas coons were increasingly identified with young, urban blacks who disrespected whites. Stated differently, the coon was a Sambo gone bad. Now they have in here also, the prototypical movie coon was Stephen Fetchit, the slow-talking, slow-walking, self-dehumanizing nitwit. You know that character, I'm linked in the description box as well. You know, you got a job for me, Mr. JR. You see, I know you was going to be real proud. I told my wife that JR was going to be real proud when I named my son after him now. That fellow. Be careful what you put out there. This is the internet. I've said that before many times. This is the internet. It's not like we have some type of encrypted network where it's only us on there. Everyone is watching. Everyone is paying attention. So when you're continuously disrespecting each other like this, you have to wonder why we're treated the way we're treated. Think about it. Again, going back to the Jays. Whoopi gave an opinion. And she wasn't wrong, to tell you the truth, she wasn't wrong. Had she gone a little farther and said, well, not only were the Germans prosecuting them, but they actually prosecuted African peoples as well, which is a little part of history where they don't tell you some of the Africans that were there were actually helping some of them. That's a fact. But she was right. She was not only made to apologize 2 times, you take a suspension 2 weeks. The whole world got to know you got suspended. It's not even something private. The whole world got to know, oh man, you see what happened to her, man. Nick Cannon, same thing. How do you get that kind of power? You think you get the power by degrading each other? Dehumanizing each other? Nah, I get it. I get something inherently inside of us. Because before this word, this N word, and the reason I'm making this video is because some people are up in arms about Joe Rogan and so forth. I know I'm late to the game, but I don't like to just jump on things just to jump on. I like to take my time and just look at things, let it fold out. That's what someone who likes to think. I like to think a lot. I'm an analytical person, so I take my time to come to different topics. Some people are up in arms all about it, and he said this, and he's racist. And listen, that's not your biggest concern right now. We had a lot of bigger things to worry about besides that. This man has the money, so he has the freedom to do pretty much what he wants to do within the realms of what you can do with money. I mean, if we had a fraction of what he had, we'd be good. We could start doing some things. You see, there are people who will build. So there are builders. Builders are going to build. Followers are going to follow. And talkers are going to talk. That's the reality of it. Doesn't it bother you to consistently see the road we're going down? We're going down. It's not even up for debate. We're going down. And some of you seem to be just fine with that. You'll make an excuse for it. Well, we could use the word if we want to use the word. We take the power back, and you're being this way. No. If someone comes to you and say, "Okay, man, you might need to ease up on your drinking a little bit, man," and you turn around and say, "Well, other people drink too," then you're a person they can't work with because you're not taking accountability. Whereas they come to you and say, "Man, you might need to ease up on your drink a little bit, man." And you turn around and say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to get help. I really need help." They can help you. They can even invest money in you because you know what? They're really looking for help. But the person who never takes accountability for anything, you can't do anything with that person. No matter what. I mean, and some of us have gotten to that point where we're so beaten down. You try to do something, "Oh no, we can't do it because, white supremacy won't let us do it." Oh man, damn. You're trying to do this again. "Oh no, you can't do it because we ain't gonna never do this." You try to do something else. "Oh, well, we ain't got no friends." I mean, that one right there, that gets to me. We ain't got no friends. Okay, so what do you go with that? We ain't got no friends. Dr. Clark said we ain't got no friends. I love Dr. Clark. He could have been my own grandfather. But he could have been wrong on that one because, and that's pretty much people taking it out of context. That wasn't what he was referring to. But I have no time to break it down right now. But may I ask you a question? If you have a people who allow someone else to provide what you need, what you want, and what you lust after, how be it now in 2022, you want to only turn to people who look like you to get out of the condition you're in? That's going to be a hard task for you to accomplish on your own, especially when some of your people within the group are not even thinking on that level. All they want to do is lament about all the problems. All they want to do is rename themselves blacks to African Americans, ADOS, FBA, and now protect the tribe and all. All the interest in is renaming yourself, but still with no progress. How has that improved your condition? You see, at some point, man, you gotta stop thinking. You just say, wait, where am I going with this? We don't seem to understand how power is gained. If you take nothing, take this. You're living in America. I talk to my African Americans brothers and sisters now, because I call everybody brothers. I don't ever address anybody as nigga. And even me saying that word, I feel a little dirty saying it. Like I feel I shouldn't be using the word, but just to illustrate my point. Everybody's brother to me. How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? That's just me. So if I address you that way, I expect you to address me back that way. And see if somebody outside the group call me brother, I wouldn't be offended. You see what I'm saying now? Oh, call me nigga. Ooh, I wonder how he meant that. I don't have to worry about that because, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, brother? You can be African, Asian, European. I really don't care how you doing, brother. That's just what it is. That's how I greet people. Hey, what's up? How you doing? When I see somebody look at me, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Even sometimes somebody don't look like me, hey, how you doing, brother? You see, that's it. Because if you turn around and greet me back with anything other than what I've been greeting you with, then I know you got a problem. But if you greet me back with, hey, I say, what's up, nigga? You come back, hey, what's up, nigga? Then I don't know if you really have a problem with me or not. Or you just greet me back the same way I greeted you. I don't know. See, I set the tone when I interact with people. So I'm thinking on a different level. And I think it's time we retire that word, nigga. I understand it's all in the music and a lot of people who have power and stuff say it and celebrities. I get it. But I've moved past that. And I keep referring to the J's. They will call a lot of derogatory names too, but they never embrace any of them. I wonder why not. They didn't try to own it. Instead, they're trying to own the media. You control the media, you control the people. Are we not taking notes? Are we not living in the same time where I'm seeing what's going on? Case in point, how do you think the Asians got the anti-Asian hate bill passed? Man, you guys just ain't paying attention. Really not. It's right in your face and you still not paying attention to what's going on. I am not certain why. I mean, I understand some of us have mental illness. I get it. And your leaders, some of you got these leaders out there. You got to watch every video, every live stream. You got to, you got to be there. You got to be a part of something. But what are you a part of? Really, what are you a part of? How is that benefiting you? All they're doing is dividing. Didn't you learn anything from the that movement, the LGB and all that movement? They didn't make that movement smaller and smaller. I'm old enough to remember when I could have used the word gay. It meant happy. But it now became the L and the G. And then the B's came in. And then the T's came in. And I don't know the exact order, but you know what I'm saying. They didn't say, no, we got to check your lineage. We got to see all this. No, they're bringing them because they understand there was strength in numbers. The U.S. military understood that. Remember back in, I think it was the Clinton era? Don't ask, don't tell. Just come on in. Why? There's strength in numbers. Some things some Africans can't get through their heads. Nope, just sit there and we're going to have to redefine ourselves again, and redefine ourselves again, and 5 years ago back again, redefine ourselves again, oh my gosh. 20 years ago by, and you redefine yourselves. Again, I'm not your enemy. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just drawing a point. Aren't you sick and tired, man? Every time you look at something bad in the news, someone looks like you're doing some crazy thing, whether they're going through a drive-through window to get some ranch sauce and they're twerking on the way out, or some lady who was mentally ill jump off the back of a cruise ship, God rest her soul. I don't know why she would do that. Don't know. But mental illness is a serious thing. It really is. It's not a joking matter. It is a serious thing, and we need to get help. But at what point are we going to change it? At some point, we've been having this trial a long time now. At some point, we have to come to a verdict. We can't keep bringing in evidence and evidence and evidence and evidence, and we don't have a conclusion. At some point, because we got to say, okay, both sides have argued their points. The jury is going to go back to deliberate, and we're going to come back with a verdict. What is our verdict? Are we going to continue down the path we're on? You can see it. You see it in the Caribbean. Well, I see it when I was down there. I see it now because I check the news every day to see what's going on. I see it in America because I live in America. I see it in South America. I see it in some parts of Africa. Is this what we want for our grandkids and great-grandkids just to be born, or even our kids? Is this what we want? You don't want to see a change? Every time how the media depicts it, and I know the media does a great job, but some of us do a great job of showing the negativity about us as well, thinking we're doing something, but well, I'm bringing it to light to show a point. No. All you're doing is helping solidify the stereotype about us that some people have, that we're savages, animals, monsters. Right now in America, right now again in February, they're painting a picture. Asians being attacked on the street. And guess who they got the perpetrators? People that look like you and me, African people. I keep saying, when you see you see me. When you see me, they say you. They're not going to stop and ask me if they're prejudiced against people who look like you and me. Hey, where you from? Can you talk? Let me hear if you got a different accent. You think that's what they're going to do? No, they're going to automatically lump me in with you. And they should, because we're one people. I know some people, oh no, we come from a different tribe. And I get it. Keep deluding yourself. At one point, it might make sense to you. The reason why I'm so frustrated, in the sense that I'm trying to control myself as best as I can, because I've been hearing this now for the past 16 years. I came into this stuff 16 years ago. Or 17 years ago, to be honest. And the narrative pretty much stayed the same. Victim mentality, lamenting about problems of the past. We need to do better. I keep hearing it over the years. We need to do better, but I never see it. It sounds good, but when am I going to see it in the practice? And when somebody tries to do better within the neighborhood, that person is victimized. Whether it be verbally or physically. You will go and rob the store. And they complain to the police, like what happened to that one young lady. You'll come back and you will take her out in front of her children. Like, wow, really? But she was doing the very same thing you said she should do. Create black businesses. You see the dilemma? I've said this many years ago, that we are in a very perplexing quagmire. And we're not seeing it. And you still have people in the group who don't want to change that reality. Because, to be honest with you, some people benefit financially greatly from it, from the dysfunction, from the division. They're able to live away from you, so they don't have to be part of you. Just when it's time to beg for money, I can come back and be part of you again. And then when I get my money, I'm back over here again in my gated community, around the same people that I say are suspected race soldiers. You're not getting it. And I don't know how much time I want to devote to really trying to get people awakened to see that reality. Someone said, well, you might be wasting your time with African American, but I can't say I'm wasting time, because I'm not. Because see, truth of the matter is, This is for all Africans out there in the diaspora, outside of America. Outside of America. This is the reality. The African American is the African that's followed all around the world, whether you want to believe it or not. That's the reality. The African American is the African that's emulated the most. So they have a duty to hold themselves up to a higher standard, because that's the image that the media projects around the world to all of us. Hence why we follow what they do, because we see it on the TV, whether it be the news, music video, a movie. That's what we see. That's the reality. There's no shame in that. We're one people. That's our brothers. That's our sisters. I don't care about that. There's no slight against the rest of us at all. I'm proud to say that. But I think it's time that we step the game up, man. Enough of this degrading. What we're doing is not helping us. And it's time at 2022. We're 8 years away from 2030. Some of us might not be here in 2030. That's a reality. But what is going to be your part to move us towards the goal that we want to see? Many people were happy when the movie Black Panther came out with Wakanda. Are we walking towards seeing that reality? Or are we just talking, waiting for the next incident to happen so we can say, see, I told you they don't like us. Again, that's the same thing with the trial. You're bringing more evidence again. Okay, you already established that. What are we going to do about it? Let's suppose you're right and they don't like us. What do we do? We have put ourselves in such a bad state that, like I said earlier in the video, we go to other people for what we need, what we want, and what we lust after. How does that make you feel?